On the next Roseanne show, Melanie Griffith learns the language of love.
Melanie, we found out that you're trying to learn Spanish so that you can better communicate with your adorable husband.
Not with him, with his family.
Oh.
I communicate fine with him.
Well, I guess so. You have a kid.
Then, News Radio's Jon Lovitz.
You are so crazy.
Yeah, I'm praising my way to the bank.
Plus the band Barenaked Ladies.
You're starting. Right?
Today on the Roseanne Show, sexy screen siren, me.
Melanie Griffith, former Saturday Night Live cast member and current star of News Radio, me.
Jon Lovitz.
And the new hot Canadian rockers,
Barenaked Ladies. And now, here's Roseanne.
It better be good, too.
The topic today is
sex! Oh, sex, okay. Who has any sex questions for me? Yes, ma'am.
How do you feel about toys in the bedroom?
I have a whole bunch of trucks and, like, Matchbox cars all over. And I tell him to take them to his playroom, but he leaves them in there. Yes.
Abstinence until marriage.
Abstinence until marriage?
What's your opinions on that?
Oh, nobody does that. Nobody's ever done that, have they? Did you mean like, oh, you mean sex toys? Oh, I think they're freaky. I'm very conservative that way. Any others? Yeah.
Tell someone that you don't want to be with them anymore.
Tell someone you don't want to be with them anymore, sexually? Change your number, move. Just tell them I don't be with you anymore. Why? Is that your girlfriend next to you? That's a hard one. I guess you just have to buck up and be honest. Say, I've got a new job in Europe. I'll see you in a few years. I don't know. Yes, ma'am?
My 14-year-old came home from a Halloween party this weekend and asked me for condoms, and I don't know what to tell him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Did you ask him why he's asking you for that? Did he tell you
well,
that
I know that he wanted to.
He wanted it. He's 14 and he's wanting to have sex, and he asked you to give him condoms.
Yeah.
I would beat his and lock him in his room. That's my opinion. Is that good? Is that good? I don't know. That's what you should do. You say, you should do that and then say, come back in 4 years and don't let me even hear you thinking about it. Till you get a job. Who had one up there? Yeah.
I was watching your show last week at home, and you were talking to Dr. Ruth.
Oh, she was cool.
And she was awesome. And she would suggest to you that you should have sex before dinner.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know how that went.
Yeah, because I'm so tired. Because she told me I should, you know, I'm like him. I'm too embarrassed to talk about sex with anybody, let alone my husband.
Okay.
But I tried to get him to watch the show, you know, so he could get that, but he didn't. I don't know. It's no better. Yes, sir.
How do you feel about tall, dark, handsome men and older women?
Are you the tall, dark, handsome guy?
Thanks for noticing, yes.
Yes, you are a tall, dark, handsome man.
Why, thank you.
What do I think of that with older women? I suppose you're calling me an older woman there, right? I think older and younger men and older women, I think that's the best. You know, I think that those men are probably raised by women who were, you know, out there working, and they have less hang-ups like the old men have. You know, and I think it's a better thing. I think all women in their 40s and such should look for the man younger. And here he is. We have a great show today. we have the one and only Jon Lovitz. Coming up later, we have a band with the best name ever, the Barenaked Ladies. And my first guest, I'm so excited. She's an Oscar-nominated actress, a really great actress, who has been sizzling up the silver screen for over 20 years. I'm so excited. She's got the hottest guy in the world married to her, too. Please welcome Melanie Griffith. Oh, you have to pin that on amongst all those gorgeous diamonds. And how skinny do you have to be to look so great in leather? Isn't she beautiful?
Thank you. Wow. Thanks.
So you are like the sexiest woman in the world, I figure, because
good.
you are, because you got some of the best looking guys that marry and love you.
No, because I have
Especially
the best makeup and hair guy back there. That's why.
No, but you got like the hottest guy in the whole world to marry you and give you a baby and every other thing. How awesome is that? What do you do to get these guys to fall in love with you? We need some advice.
God.
You know you have to do something to get...
One way that I look at it is that I didn't meet Antonio until I was 37. So I went through a lot of pain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like it was fate and destiny, and maybe I had to go through a lot of hard times.
You did go through hard times.
Yeah.
In relationships and stuff
In
like that.
relationships, yeah.
So now you've got like, you're just like at the happiest point you've ever been out with a guy.
Yeah.
Well, of course you got Antonio Banderas. He is so hot. He's so awesome.
He is.
And he's such a...
Wait, there's pictures.
You have
somewhere
pictures?
There's pictures.
But I want to hear when you first met him and all that kind of, I want to know, like, can we be nosy? Like, when you first saw him, did you know that you were going to get him or what?
No. Well, the first time I saw him in a picture in People magazine where he was with some children in Somalia. And, I mean, he was, not only is he beautiful, I mean, you know, his face is beautiful, he's just a very beautiful person and a really wonderful man. I mean, I didn't know that from the picture, but that's the first time I saw him.
But you were interested in the picture, right?
Yeah.
So did you go, oh, someday I'll meet this guy or something?
No, because I was married at the time, actually. So, you know, I just thought it was a nice picture.
So then when did you really meet him?
Then I met him when we made a movie called Too Much.
And you worked with him?
And I worked with him.
So then when you first, like, talked to him or anything, did you, like, get instant sparks or did it...
Well, the
Come on,
first
just
thing
let
he
me be
said to me
nosy.
was,
I
how
wanna-
old are you? I was like, get out of it. I said something else, which I can't say right now. You know, like, how dare you ask me that question? I said, how old are you? And he said 34, and I was like, oh, 37. So
That's the first question he asked you?
that was the first question he asked me. But then...
Did you think he was interested in you then?
No, it wasn't that at all until, like, the end of the movie.
So you fell in love during this movie, right?
Yeah. Antonio, I know. Antonio was like my dream all my life. I always had, you know, dreams. Don't you have dreams of like some Prince Charming or or Princess Charming?
Well, what happened when you knew that he was your dream? Can we hear that? How'd you know that?
Well, many things, but one was when he asked me to marry him. He took me out on the beach and in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I thought we were just going for a walk, and he proposed on the beach at sunset. It was really beautiful. It was really beautiful.
So you feel that you and he are total soulmates?
Yeah, I do.
How is that like to be married to your soulmate?
It's good. It's great. It's, I don't know, it sounds so corny when you talk like this, you know,
No, it doesn't sound
and
corny.
Prince Charming and all that stuff.
No, we like to hear stuff like
But the thing about Antonio is that he is, he grew up in Spain under Franco, and he is a socialist. He's very, very intelligent. He cares so much about people. He does everything he can for UNICEF. His family, he has about 160 relatives in Spain when we go to Marbella to visit. He's from Malaga. And his mother had 16 siblings.
Wow.
And she was raised in the war. So it's a whole different kind of, you know, he grew up in a completely different kind of world than I did, than we do here. And his values are very strong. He's very normal, you know, very down to earth and very loving and charming, beautiful.
What do you think that he loves about you? Can we just be that nosy? I mean, because if he came from that kind of culture and it's so different from the one you grew up in.
I think that, I think in the beginning he wanted to save me, kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he knew how unhappy I was and I don't know, and then he tells me he loves my legs, you know, so I don't know.
That's cool.
I think
that is a Prince Charming
we
thing.
have a very similar heart feeling about people and children and family and we really love each other and we really like each other. We have a good time. So we want to have another baby.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying now?
Yeah. What? We're practicing. All the time.
So great, because you have 3 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we would like to have one more.
That's so cool that you're in love like that.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like I got my soulmate too.
Yeah?
Yeah, and he wanted to rescue me too, the same way.
Really?
Yeah, so I was wondering if you had things in common with me like that. It sounds like you do.
Yeah.
Well, Melanie, we found out that you're trying to learn Spanish so that you can better communicate with your adorable husband.
Not with him, with his family.
Oh.
I communicate fine with him.
Well, I guess so. You have a kid. So, but we'll see how much Spanish she's learned. And I practiced for this, I'll have you know, when we come back. Aquí estamos con Melanie Griffith. Melanie, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, ¿y tú? Gracias. Gracias.
Very good.
Más importante, ¿cómo está Antonio?
Antonio es muy guapo y muy increíble. Gracias.
¿Cómo conociste a Antonio?
Cuando nosotros trabajamos en una película juntos.
Bueno. Bueno, aquí estás tú y Antonio en la película Dos Mucho. No, wait. Bueno.
Yeah.
Aquí
okay.
estás tú y Antonio
Okay,
en
no.
la, what's película?
Es mi problema. I messed it up, okay?
What's película?
Película.
Película?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, okay, so I don't have to say anything. You're going to show something. Never
Oh,
mind.
viemos.
Oh.
Arriba,
Arriba,
abajo,
abajo,
al centro,
al centro,
adentro.
adentro.
Bueno, basta con el español que habla inglés.
¿Qué?
¿Q? ¿Q? Now, was that a home movie or,
Oh, yeah.
or
no.
was that a film?
Mira, es tu problema.
Where?
That's it. Just say this.
Say what, here?
Yeah.
Bueno, basta con el español.
Sí. Okay.
Hey, Q?
Hay que hablar inglés.
Hay que hablar inglés.
Let's get back to English.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so adios.
Adios. Merci.
Je vous en prie.
Do you speak French too?
Just a little tiny bit. But actually, I'm going to take a course next week in New York. There's a man who can teach you any language in 5 days. Michel Thomas.
In 5 days?
Mm-hmm.
How does he do that?
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
In your brain or what?
Because my Spanish, in Spain, I speak like house Spanish, like limpiar, clean this, and, you know, por favor lavar mi ropa, wash my clothes, or things like that, you know? It's really bad. With the family in Spain, so I'm going to go and learn. I need more verbs, actually. Who speaks Spanish
I hardly
here?
can even.
Yeah, so.
I need to
see
learn
how
Spanish,
bad?
definitely.
Do you?
You're fluent in
Was
Spanish?
it your first language or second? How old are you when you learned it? Yeah.
Well, your kid is 2.
¿Qué? Okay.
What does that mean?
¿Tú hablas español, va?
Sí, un poquito.
Pero tú no hablas mucho.
No, yo hablo, pero yo no hablo pasado o futuro, solamente aquí.
Oh, ok. Está bien porque tú puedes hablar algo.
¿Qué?
Está bien porque tú puedes platicar
Sí.
poquito con la gente.
Are you swearing or anything?
No, no.
I hope not. Did you have a great conversation?
Sí,
Gracias.
de nada por nada.
Show off, you big show off. You'll have to tell me what she said.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to talk to Melanie about motherhood. Stay tuned. I want to talk to you about...
You're going to send up those truffles to the president, right?
Okay.
7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay, in the park. Yeah, thank you.
Nicole, here he is.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Are you ready for our tete-a-tete?
I am absolutely ready. I have everything at hand.
Bill Gaines?
Hello, Bill.
Hi,
How are you?
Good, good. I'm Nicole's press agent.
Oh, great.
Look, if you could, let's, you know, not dwell on the bulimia.
Will you tell us about working with Woody Allen, that new movie? Because, you know, I think he's, you know, I want to know how weird he is or if he is weird.
He's not. Well, he's a little weird. He's,
Didn't he write you a letter, though, to ask you to be in the movie?
he wrote me, Antonio was doing Zorro, and we were in Mexico, and I got a letter from Woody Allen saying, I really like your work, and listen, I'd love for you to be in my movie, but if you don't want to, I completely understand. It's no problem. And some people don't like me at all. He was so funny. And he sent me just the scenes he wanted me to do, because you never get the whole script when you work with Woody, unless you're in the whole script.
Right.
So I wrote back and I said, yes, of course, I would love to be in your movie, anything. And so then I eventually did another part, but it's just, he doesn't really talk to you until you make the first, you know.
You mean so you're on the set and he doesn't, like, give you any direction
the
or anything?
costume, you know, the tests we did for costumes, it's silent. Nobody talks. And then one guy tells you to go out there and stand on the mark and turn around and walk towards camera, turn around and go back. And nobody talks. And Sven Nyquist, the cinematographer who's so incredible, is there. Everybody's there. Woody's there. And he doesn't talk to you. It was very strange. So finally I was like, all right, listen, if you're not going to talk to me, if you don't like me, let me just go home. I mean, you know, I can't do this. And he was just like, no, 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 you know, it's going to be great. You're going to be great. And he was fabulous. After that, he talked to me all the time. He's just very shy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was really, I had the best time. And Kenneth Branagh was hysterical. And the movie's really good.
And it's called Celebrity, right?
Yeah, I'm only in it for like 5 minutes.
Well, what's
so
it
I don't know why I'm promoting it.
What's it about?
It's about people being celebrities or wanting to be a celebrity, and what does it mean to be a celebrity?
And what did you play in there?
I play a movie star who's...
Because on that clip, I thought that was like, you know, 15 years ago or something. You look like you're 16 years
darling. Old. This is black and white.
You just recently turned 40, right? Or 41?
41.
You don't want to go there.
But you know what? I've decided I'm just going to stay at 40.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay at 40 until Antonio hits 40, and then we can go together. Or he can get older, and I'll just stay 40.
So he's like 3 years younger than you.
Yeah.
Well, that's nothing, 3.
No.
Because mine's 14 years younger than me.
Oh,
so
hey,
I feel
you got
really
me
old.
beat.
I feel so old, you can't believe it. He doesn't get any of my references. Like the other day, he's like, who's Lenny Bruce? I can't believe it. But I love him because he's cute and he's nice to me. And every
it
other
doesn't
thing.
matter.
But once you hit 40 in Hollywood, like as a woman, they say you don't get that many great roles anymore. And do you think that's true? It looks like you're still getting them.
I never thought it was true before. I mean, I worked all the time, and I still work, but I think it definitely changes.
Didn't you first, like, co-star in one of your mom's movies when you were really young?
Yeah, I didn't co-star. I was like an extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was 14.
But your first speaking, you were 16?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And your mom, like, tell us your mom's big movies.
The Birds and Marnie, Countess from Hong Kong. But her big thing now is Shambhala. Is the she's got 70
Your mom
lions
is
and
Tippi
tigers.
Hedren.
My mom's Tippi Hedren. I don't know if you know her.
If you saw The Birds, especially. And you look so much like her. When I'm looking at you, yes, you do.
She's beautiful. She was over at Halloween. There was a picture of a clown. I don't know if you guys showed those pictures already, but my mom's in the clown suit anyway.
But what about she had wild animals?
So she has
or
a preserve called Shambhala that she made it. She opens it to the public, and because she has 70 lions and tigers.
Where does she get the lions and tigers?
Well, we got them. We started getting them when I was 13 because she and her husband at the time were taken by the plight of the animals, which is really true. In our world, we're killing them off, and who knows if our grandchildren will see real. Wait there.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, good.
I think that's me being held up by the elephant.
Well, where's she finding these elephants? Roaming around California?
No, they were mistreated in circuses, and so we got them. And then same with the cats. Like all over, people will get lions or tigers when they're babies, you know, and they think it's really cool. And by the time they're 6 months and they're ready to eat their children, then they stick them in a garage or they put them in the bathtub. Or I mean, it's horrendous. So my mom takes these animals in, and so Shambhala is a good thing.
Where is it located?
It's in Acton. It's about an hour's drive from here, and it's beautiful. It's 200 acres. It looks like Africa. And you can go on a tour. It's like a safari. It's really cool. You should go.
So
it's
is it
nice.
a non-profit thing where she...
It's just to feed the animals. It's a non-profit, yes.
Cool. You're involved in Feed the Children.
Feed the Children. I went cross-country last year with my children, and we stopped in 7 cities because I was up one night with Stella feeding her at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's your 2-year-old?
And I saw an infomercial on Feed the Children, and this man, Larry Jones. And I mean, you see those things all the time, and I send a lot of money to other countries that need a lot of help.
This was about the kids
but
in America.
I didn't know that we have 16 million starving children in America. I mean, there's 16 million starving children, and they cannot... There's no hope. Do you know that in Sacramento, under our Capitol building, there are 500 kids living that are 3rd-generation homeless? I mean, it's really unbelievable. So I just thought, instead of paying so much attention to the rest of the world, why don't we do something about our own country?
What can we do?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do. For one, we need to speak up about health and welfare benefits. Right. I mean, because when you go on welfare, you can't get a job because you can't get welfare. So you're stuck. Right. I mean, if you have a child that's sick, you can't be on welfare. You can only be on welfare, but it doesn't pay for it. Right. I mean, so everybody is just stuck. There's no place to go, and they just go down. And I think with America being the most powerful country in the world, that we should take care of our own.
What can we do, though, really? That's what we can do.
It's true. But as Americans, we should all speak up. Right. And you have to vote, and you have to pay attention, and you have to say something. Because that's our country, you know? Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For everything you said.
Thank you.
For being here.
Thank you for having me. I love
Melanie Griffith. Coming up next, the man who's told more lies than all my ex-husbands, actor and comedian Jon Lovitz. Yeah, that's the ticket. alive as a master thespian, little devil, and pathological liar. He went on to star in films and primetime, and now you can see him every Wednesday night on News Radio. Please welcome my buddy, Jon Lovitz. Now, you do have something in the pocket. I knew you had something in the pocket. What is it?
One of those manly men.
You know that's true, though. You know that's true. Like actor guys, like even if they have a heterosexual bent to them, they're still just like girls. Even if they're straight, they act like girls.
Well, I
Am I lying?
straight. Do they act like girls?
Yeah.
No, it's called being vain. I'm always looking in the mirror. Half the time of the show, I'm looking at that monitor, watching myself.
Why? Do you like to look at yourself?
Of course. Well, I do because...
Well, you wouldn't consider yourself to be a man's man, would you?
No, I'm not gay.
I mean, you're not like a real, you're not like a real macho guy. Are you? Not really.
Well, you mean am I like a great lover? Yes. Am I, have I had movies named after me because I'm well endowed? Yes.
Yes? Like what movies were named after you?
Longest Yard. Around the World in 80 Days.
Oh, really?
Big.
Oh, really? Now,
No, I always look in the mirror because I can't believe that I'm alive.
Why? Why can't you believe that you're alive?
Well, I don't mean because of, you know, when you see babies and they're born and
yeah,
they have that thing like, hey, I'm here.
Right.
And they're all excited. I've never gotten over that. No, that's why I'm always going. That's how and then in acting, you know, you
well, most comics,
they're doing fixing your hair and stuff, and if you're supposed to look good, you want to look good. That's all.
But most comics are like big, kind of manic depressives, aren't they? Don't you think? Especially the guy comics, especially the Jewish guy comics. They're all like really bipolar.
I don't know. I don't see that at all. They're bipolar?
Yeah, they're like manic depressive. Comics, come on.
Well, I think the truth is that most comedians I know, I would characterize them as being very nice and very smart.
Yeah.
And extremely smart, like the brightest people I've ever met. And
right.
I'm not talking about me, but extremely bright and very angry.
Right, very angry.
Because they usually have come from...
dysfunctional family.
Yeah, you know.
Did you have a dysfunctional family now that you bring it up? You did. You had a big dysfunctional family, didn't you?
Well, I don't think you have to look much farther than me to figure that out.
Do you have any neurotic habits? Because I have several. I have about 15. Do you have any, like, obsessive-compulsive disorders or anything? Like
I do. Well, like whenever I'm in bed with a woman,
yeah,
I have to please her at least 3 times. Is that what you...
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I have to count to 5 all the time. I have to make everything come out to 5. Like I do everything 5 times? Yeah, I do that on the fingers. You don't do anything like that?
Oh.
Or you'd rather not?
No, I do. Sometimes I think like there's a... It's like superstition, like if you walk through a door and then I'll back up and turn around. I don't know. And then I just finally said, why am I doing this? It's just crazy.
So you did do that? You walk through a door and then you have to turn around and come back in?
Yeah, it's insane. Like I don't know why I'm admitting this, but I'll go like this. Like here's a door, and I'll go, hey, I'll see you later. And I'll go, oh, crap.
So then you have to go back out? Thank you for sharing, because I know I just am trying to get to the thing that I think all comics are really crazy. It's not just me. Right? Or is it just me?
No, it's just you.
When we come back, Jon's going to tell us about taking over news radio. new tics and bizarre things all the time, like I do? Or is it
No, I'm not you.
Well, tell us a little bit about you then. What about studying opera?
Oh yes, well, no, my father was a doctor, and he's died unfortunately. But he wanted to be a singer and an opera singer, so he'd played in my house growing up. So I'd always imitate him, and so I got to do pretty good. And
was he trained or anything, or
he took a lot of lessons and everything, and that's what he wanted to do. And so we'd grow up singing, and I'd do it. And I got to do a show at Carnegie Hall.
Really?
And I've sung there twice, and I'm actually going to host a benefit there November 23rd. But not because of my singing, but yeah, I got to do in the main hall, I got to do it was a show, Ira Gershwin's 100th birthday celebration. And they asked me to sing one of his songs.
You sang a Gershwin song?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I've ever heard you sing, John. Can we hear you right now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Is this a Gershwin song you're going to sing? You're singing?
I'll sing the beginning. It goes, just another rumba, which I heard only last September. Like that.
That's pretty good.
You want to hear opera?
Yeah, let's hear opera.
Okay. Oh, sol mio e viantori, Roseanne has lots of tics, unlike me.
That's great projection. Great projection. Did you take lessons for that opera stuff?
I took about 10 lessons in college. And
wow.
I tell you, the most exciting thing was I just think of it as like fake opera. And
I can do fake opera.
Can you?
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Was that Carmen? Sounded like Carmen.
So you took over Phil Hartman,
Yeah.
for Phil Hartman on News Radio after the terrible thing that happened to him.
Yeah, well, Phil was, you know...
He was a really good friend of yours for a really long time.
Yeah, he was like my older brother, and we met in the Groundlings Theater in 1984, and, you know, it was just horrible, and
he was so funny. He could do anything.
yeah, he really could do anything. He was a real genius, and he was a real Renaissance man. I mean, in the true sense, like, he was a professional artist and a graphic artist. Yeah. He was a professional writer. He was a sailor. He was a pilot.
Yeah.
He could play any character, and he was also, you know, comedians are very competitive.
Right.
Like, I'm just thinking, why don't I have a show? No, I'm kidding. So, and he was never competitive at all. He was just, you know, laughed really hard at everybody.
Really sweet,
and just a very kind man, very kind. And kind of always like the dad. And the thing about Phil was he was just into everybody. Like, if he was on your show now, he wouldn't just be talking to you. He'd, like, start to become you. You know, he was just into whoever he was talking to. So you always felt like you could be yourself.
No, I saw him do that. He'd just take on people's characteristics and start talking like them.
Yeah, whoever he was talking to. And he...
what would that be, a mimic?
Well, it was beyond that, though. He just was, he was just always into learning everything. So it was very inspiring to me. So, you know, when they asked me to do the show, I just thought, well, I can't replace Phil, and I don't want to, you know, profit off his death, but I wanted to be on a TV show, and, you know, and it's just a hard decision to make, because you're going there every day and facing it, you know, that he's gone, and I don't want to face that, but, you know, they wanted me, and the cast has been really great, nice, and it feels good, and I think it's helping everybody to be together.
I saw you on there the other night, and I think it's a good fit. I think you did really well.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'd done it twice before.
You had the crush on the redheaded girl.
Yeah,
the
Vicki
one
Lewis,
I saw.
yeah.
Yeah, she's very funny.
Yeah, and she's a big Broadway singer. She can really sing, Vicki.
There's a lot of great comics on that show. Andy Dick.
Yeah, Andy's hilarious, and Joe Rogan and Stephen Root.
Because you did like about 50.
Actress.
You did about 50 other sitcoms, haven't you?
I feel like it's an honor that they asked me to, you know, take Phil's place. But I don't feel like I'm taking his place. I feel like I'm in his place. You know, I can't do what he did,
to me, it feels like, well, you know, it was a show that your friend was on, and you came on as a friend, and you're doing your own deal.
Yeah, that's
totally different.
Yeah.
But you can feel that there's respect and love there from the past for Phil.
Yeah, well, I tried to I said I want my character to be friends with his character, and I also wanted to incorporate the way Phil really was in my character, which was, I mean, I'm being funny the way I'm funny, but, you know, he was a guy who was always up and positive and always wanting to learn new things, and he was just really inspiring that way. And I don't know if you can put this, the only upsetting thing is that all these shows, like, I'm sure you've experienced this, like after he died, all these people coming out and saying they're his friends and talking, and you know, the true Hollywood story. And that's just been, I'm just saying this, none of these, I've never seen any of these people in my life. You know, I was friends with them 14 years, and you have all these, they just did something on Extra where some girl did an interview, and she was a fired stand-in, and then she sold a tape to Extra for $20,000, an interview with him. And I just think people should know that when you see these things, that the real friends aren't talking because they're...
Well, real friends have respect for you after you die.
Yeah, and it's... I just find that, like, the media, you can, I mean, anyone here can call up a news station. If you see some story on TV, you can just call up and go, oh, yeah, I saw that. I was there.
Yeah, and then they come over to
and
your
they'll talk to you, and they'll put it on the air. They won't question, well, how do you know? They don't check out sources.
Yeah, but they do the other way, like if you want to say something.
Me?
Yeah, then they have 50 lawyers telling you what you can't say, but they never go the other way.
I don't know. It just makes you watch TV and go, well, this one said, and there's a story, and the sources said this, and now I'm just thinking, well, who are these people? Right. Most of them aren't anywhere close to the truth. That's what's scary to me, is most of the news I see now, it's not really, usually by the 5th week you get the real story, but in the beginning, it's not even close to the truth. And I think you need to know that.
Thank you for telling me. You are so crazy.
Crazy like a fox. Yeah, I'm crazing my way to the bank.
Thank you for being on, Jon. Coming up next, Barenaked ladies. You're going to be excited. They sing their top 10 single 1 week. Barenaked ladies, Jon.
Don't you try and grab me.
Don't you try to grab me either.
Well, why would I try to grab you?
It's a common reaction when fans meet me for the first time.
Oh. Hey, you know, one time I saw Dan Rather getting out of a cab, and I ran over to him, and I kissed him on the lips.
Ah, to be young again.
Ladies and gentlemen, today on this very stage, we have one of the hottest groups in our land. They're on the top of the charts and have invaded us from Canada. Please welcome the double platinum sounds of Barenaked Ladies.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me. Said, get that together, come back and see me. 3 days since the living room. I realized I saw my bump and didn't tell you yesterday. You've forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now, I watch the hoodwinks that make you stop think you're looking at Aquaman. There's so much touch to the dish, although I like the shine since I like the sushi, cause I never touch a frying pan. I like wasabi when I bust rhymes, speak like a hand rhymes. Some all about value. Bert Camper's got the mad hits, try to match wits, try to hold me but I bust through. To make a break and think I make I like a stinking and drink, I like vanilla. It's the finest of the flavors. See the show cause then you know the vertigo was gonna go, cause it's so dangerous, you laugh inside a waiver. I can't help it if I think you're funny when you're mad. Trying hard not to smile though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral, can't understand what I mean, but you soon will. Have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. Have a history of taking off my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Threw your hands in the air and said you're crazy. 5 days since you tackled me. I still got the red burns on both my knees. It's been 3 days since the afternoon. You realize it's not my fault that I went too soon yesterday. You've forgiven me, so now I'll sit back and wait till you say you're sorry. Chinese chicken, you have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. Watching X-Files, no lights on, weird dollar maze on. From Smoky Memphis, one like Harrison Ford, I'm getting frantic. Sting I'm plant trick, Sting is guaranteed to satisfy. The Kurosawa, I make bad films, can't I make films? If I did it ever samurai, you get a set of better comes to right like common tiny numbers, so mine don't always flying up the backswing. You get into a Sailor Moon, cause I cartoonist got the boom anime babes, and maybe think the wrong thing. I can't help it if I think you're funny when you're mad. Trying hard not to smile, though I feel bad. I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral, can't understand what I mean. You soon will have a tendency to wear my mind on my sleeve. Have a history of losing my shirt. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Talking over the side, said I'm sorry. 5 days I laughed at you and said you just suggest what I do. 3 days in the living room. I realized I'm both to blame.
of the Robbie.
And the audience and you at home. And that is it for today.
Emotional explosions, acts of deadly violence. It's what the experts say is happening to our sons. News 8's Gloria Campos looks at the serious challenge of raising boys and life-changing solutions that are crucial to know. Tomorrow on News 8.